Hello everyone, I am Ahmed Makadato and today I will be discussing one of our topics in topic 9 which is the flexible work arrangements. I apologize for the quality of the video because I could not screen record through my laptop and I am only recording through my phone. To start things off, flexible work arrangements. Now, a popular organizational development intervention is to provide employees with flexibility in the hours of work. Kumbaga, ang isang magandang organization ay nagpo-provide sila ng ay pinoprovide nila yung employees sila ng flexibilidad sa mga oras ng trabaho nila. Such flexibility might involve the hours worked, the times in which the hours are worked, or where the work itself is performed. Kumbaga dito ay itong mga flexibility is kumbaga ito ay tinatrabaho ng oras ng empleyado, mga oras na mga tinrabaho nila, o trabahong ginagawa. Employees who allow flexible arrangement generally see such positive outcomes as lower absenteeism and turnover, higher productivity, and more highly satisfied employers who allow flexible work arrangements. Kumbaga yung mga employees na nag-allow ng mga magagandang mga work time, mga work hours ay magkakaroon ng mga positive outcomes tulad ng lower absenteeism. Kumbaga dito sa lower absenteeism ay minsan ay there are times na hindi na mag-absent yung employee at magiging mas productive sila sa work nila at satisfied sila sa work nila. Strategy 1, full-time work and flexible hours. Flex time, a work schedule that allows employees to choose their own work hours. Dito ay hinahaya natin ng mga empleyado na piliin ang mga oras na magtatrabaho sila. This can be arranged in many ways but all share the same three basic components such as bandwidth, core hours, and flexible hours. Bandwidth is the total number of potential hours available each day. Kumbaga dito ay, an example of this is for example, yung bakery na mag-open sila from 6 or 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Kumbaga dito ay pinagtatalk about dito ang work hours ng isang employee. Kumbaga na yung gap ng hours na i-work nila. Core hours, the hours in a flex time schedule during which every employee must work. Kumbaga na core hours dito ay yung mga oras na dapat nagtatrabaho ang employee. Flexible hours is the part of a flex time schedule in which employee may choose hours to work. Kumbaga dito sa flexible hours is the part of a flex time schedule in which employee may choose hours to work. For example, kung ang bandwidth ay 12 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at yung core hours ay 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Meaning ng core hours, to put it simply, is yung oras na dapat nagtatrabaho ka ulit. Okay, again, yung employee, wait lang. For example, kung ang bandwidth ay 12 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at yung core hours ay 11 a.m. to 1 a.m., yung employee na pwede niyang i-schedule yung remaining na 6 hours including yung lunch hour. Kumbaga, this provides workers to have a time of their own and a time of a work hour. The most flexible schedule is the gliding time. It's a flex time schedule in which employees can choose their own hours without any advance notice or scheduling. The basis of gliding time is employees can just come and go as long as they work 8 hours a day and 40 hours each week. Kagandahan dito is walang core hours. I'll give you an example of this. Example, sa 5W Public Relations in New York, employees can work hours anytime between 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Ang kaganda na rin dito is these employees are given a chance to work when it is necessary. Moving on to the next strategy is the Flexitor, a flex time schedule in which employees have flexibility in scheduling but most schedule their work hours or in advance. In Flexitor system, employee must submit a schedule on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. An employee must schedule her hour in advance but can change these hours on a daily basis. Meaning, bibigyan nila ng employee na mag-schedule sa trabaho nila. In short. Moving on to the next strategy, which is the strategy 2. Strategy 2, compressed work weeks. In compressed work weeks, di ba, majority of the people work 8 hours a day, which is, in 5 days na 8 hours sila nagtatrabaho. In this compressed work weeks, work schedules in which 40 hours are less than a traditional 5-day work. Kumbaga dito ay, let's say, pwede ako sa isang araw magtatrabaho ako ng 10 hours sa isang araw. So, to make up 40 na 4 na araw lang ako magtatrabaho, which gives me 3 days of no work. Kumbaga na 3 days of a day off. Kumbaga. You work for more hours in a day, but you have fewer days in a week. It usually involves 10 hours a day for 4 days or 12 hours a day for 3 days. So, basically yun yung binigay kong example kanina. The first formal use of compressed work weeks was in 1940 when Mobil Oil and Gulf Oil had their truck drivers work 10 hours a day for 4 days and then take 3 days off. So, yun rin yung naging sample niya. Yun yung first formal use of compressed work weeks because of those organizations, the Mobil Oil and the Gulf Oil companies. Strategy 3, reducing work hours. A third strategy to increase worker flexibility is to allow employees to work fewer hours. Through part-time work has been joke lang. Though part-time work has been a common practice for many years, two programs, peak time pay and job sharing, provide examples of strategic use of part-time work. Dito sa third strategy ay one of the examples of this third strategy is the part-time workers. Kumbaga, binibigyan nila yung employees na magtrabaho sila on a less timely basis. Now, peak time pay. What is a peak time pay? Is a certain type of employees are encouraged to work only part-time but are paid at an hourly rate for those hours than employees who work full-time, although he will make less money per day. Peak time pay came from the banking and fast food industries. Kumbaga nagpasimuno dito ay mga, like for example, McDonald's. Mga usually na nakakita mo nag-part-time job. An example of peak time pay is McDonald's. McDonald's might need 20 employees to cover its lunchtime crowd, but need only 5 employees from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Rather than paying 20 employees to sit around for most of the day, it would be better to have 15 employees work the full hours. An example of this is a full-time worker and a part-time worker. Kumbaga, yung full-time worker works 8 hours a day for 8 hours a day for $9 an hour. Approximately it makes up about $72. And the part-time worker is working within 3 hours a day, but itong part-time worker ay nabibigyan ng mas malaking pera, which is $13 to $15 an hour. Part-time workers only work for 3 hours or yung mga hours na available sila. Malaki nga nakakuha nilang pera, but less yung oras nila para sa trabaho. Kumbaga, 13 times 3 sa 3 hours ng work na yun is 39. Sa isang araw is $39 lang maiipon nila. Kaysa sa full-time worker, which is 72 hours lang ang maiipon nila. Moving on to the next one is casual work, a scheduling practice in which employees work on an irregular basis or a needed basis. Dito ay ang isang employee ay nag-work lang tuwing kailangan sila. Kumbaga, mag-hire ang theme park ng mga employees for only 3 months during that summer. Tapos also an example of this is yung mga concert hall. Usually mga concert hall is na-held din sa mga gabi. So they would hire security guards or janitors para lang sa gabi. Kumbaga, also an example of this are the RN, registered nurses. During the night shift na wait lang. Kailangan nila, ang hospital kasi ay minsan na kailangan nila ang mga workers, kumbaga na mga nag-night shift. So mag-hire sila ng 2 nurses para dun sa night shift na work mismo. Kumbaga at that time na yun lang yung time na kailangan sila. Moving on to the next is job sharing, a work schedule in which 2 employees share one job by splitting the work hours. Normally, regular employees work 40 hours per week, but in this case, 2 of the employees combine their hours so that they total up to 40. In this particular job, the work may be done with 2 employees but share one job title and one job position. In this particular basis, may 2 employees na i-hire sila. Pero parehas yung job nila. Ang gagawin nila ay mag-share sila ng work hours. Kumbaga, i-split nila yung 40 hours per day. 40 hours per day. Joke lang ba? In this particular case ay kukumbine nila yung 40 hati nila yung 40 hours a day, pero yung dalawa na yun ay ikukumbine nila yung hours na yun. Kumbaga ako is 20 hours, tapos yung isang Partner ko is 20 hours rin. Within that whole week na, it would combine up to 40 hours per week. Okay. Moving on na naman. Strategy for working from home. Working from home, we all know that working from home is a dream for many people because working from home working from home is actually easier for them because your time is valued and controlled by you mismo. Telecommunicating. One of the parts of working from home is telecommunicating. Working at home rather than at the office by communicating with managers and coworkers via phone, computer, fax machine, and other offsite media. Kumbaga nagko-communicate kayo sa mga workers nyo sa isang organization pero ikaw ay nasa bahay lang. But you use communication devices such as laptops, phones, and other technologies to work from that particular organization. Pero at the same time, ulit, nasa bahay ka. Now, if there are advantages of work from home, and these are more independence, avoiding commuting cost, kumbaga na di ka na magko-commute dahil nasa bahay ka lang. Increased flexibility and productivity, and lastly, more money is saved in both office space and utilities. Mas magiging productive ka kasi nasa yung oras mo at nasa bahay ka lang at makakasave ka ng pera mo at dahil yun nga, nandun ka na sa bahay, wala kang ginagastos. Moving on from that is the disadvantages. If there are advantages of a certain type of work and environment, there are also disadvantages. Disadvantages are it is difficult for a union to organize workers. Mahirap sila i-organize because yun nga hindi rin nila nakakita yung mga workers at hindi nila ma-organize talaga kasi wala nga sila wala sila doon hindi nila kayang makita, mahanap or makapag-communicate at times with them. Difficult for the government. Next one is it is difficult for them or the government to enforce safety and fair treatment. And lastly, employees could not be supervised. How would you supervise an employee? How would you supervise an employee of their work if you can't even see them? Particularly in this situation, there are times when there are times that supervisors must be supervising the employees to give them and advise them for a better work. Pero yun yung problema, since hindi nga sila nakakakita, how could the employees be supervised? That is all. Thank you for listening or watching through my video. I hope you learned something from it. It is 2 a.m. in the morning. Masyado akong sabog right now kaya hindi maganda yung explanation ko. That is all. Thank you. And it's the end. Hehe.